Alright, welcome back, friends and scoundrels. This is the inaugural episode of Thinking Outside the Box, the companion to the Dungeon Crate unboxing for January of 2018. So, I've been meaning to do this. It spawned from an idea that we had a while ago before Dungeon Crate started doing their own actual adventures. We were going to try to make adventures for the items that come in the box. And then I've been wanting to do... So they started doing their own adventures. So they kind of squashed that idea. And I kept meaning to talk about ways to use the things in the box. Rather than just being like, well, I don't really care for this. I can still use it, but I don't think it really fits, blah, blah, blah. So I decided to start doing this because it'll keep those unboxing videos short for the people who want to watch it. And for the people who want a little bit more, they can listen to this. So that being said, we have Epic Encounters, the January box. And straight from the encounters, like I said in the main video, they are more than just encounters. They can be turned into adventure hooks. There are a couple ways to build something from this. Just look through the encounters and see where lines can be drawn or make it random. One of the ideas I had was to roll a d6 and then your d20 however many times your 6 comes up and see what comes out. So let's talk about the first idea, to just look through it and build something random. So one of the first ideas I had was the trinket encounter and the random tracks in the woods. So I thought maybe the trinket could be a magical amulet that was dropped, and it was keeping the person who was wearing it from transforming into a werewolf or even a hybrid werewolf. And then the party's going to come across it, and they're going to decide that they need to find whoever this person is before he causes some real harm to the townsfolk. And maybe you can even go a little bit beyond that and make it more of a quest, and the person who gave it to him also bestowed the magical curse on him that made him a werewolf. So it wasn't a bite. And the amulet's tied to everything, so he kind of has control over them. So it's a real quick, easy way. You know, that was one of the first things that I noticed, and it was a pretty quick and easy way to build a little quest out of what seems like nothing. There's also a couple of the encounters that I was looking at that could make good alternatives for previous Dungeon Crate adventures. I don't want to go into too many details for the people who aren't subscribed, but there's some good opportunity there. Then the second idea is, rolling the d6. Happened to get a 6 out of it, so this is going to be a little bit long-winded. But then we rolled the d20 and pulled up some things, and this is a little story that I came up with. Despite the rain, there is a young wizard crouched by a cart that is in dramatic despair. He hovers over a body, a light glow emanating from his hands. As the party gets closer, they can see that he is not performing any healing spells. The caster may be able to determine that it is the animate dead spell. Other classes might have to interrupt and ask. Turns out that he was attacked by a few goblins and some hobgoblins who took nearly all of his supplies and belongings. He was attempting to revive the goblin in the only way he knew how, to find their hideout. The party can choose to go off before the wizard finishes the ritual and try on their own. Regardless, they're going to find a set of tracks that lead off in the direction of some known caves in the area. The tracks lead directly to a wolf den, but it is in the same vicinity as the caves. As they get closer to the caves, one of the PCs might notice a single coin buried in the mud. It is surrounded by 4 goodly-sized tracks that seem to be deeper than a creature who might just be walking, and there are no other tracks that came before or lead after it. The first cave they come across has a single shining, very appealing gem embedded in the wall. As they enter, they should notice several stone statues randomly throughout the cave. After making it halfway into the cave, 2 cockatrices will attack them. The heroes will find After this cave, the heroes might find the goblins and the hobgoblins cozy and celebrating in another. After the battle, there could be a dragon that comes along from deeper in the cave, prepared to defend his territory from whatever cacophony is happening in one of the other tunnels. So that was just one really quick thing that we rolled up. I think it took me maybe 10 minutes to find a way to connect all the dots and throw an idea together. So a way that this could be very helpful. Like I said in the main video, it's not that I don't like this, it just didn't seem like a very stable thing to do for the main encounter. I think it'd be better off suited as an extra piece. Although, in the digital crate, they do go into a little bit more detail in the extended PDF, but that's neither here nor there. As for the items, though, you got runes. Those are always useful, and so are minis. And I had a thought that maybe with the encounters, including a few more minis and holding off on the runes till the next adventure, might have been a little bit better way to go. Because you could center the adventure around ruins and maybe give some more terrain, or that one specific mini that they usually do. Easily could end up as a smaller item box, but as long as you're getting good stuff, that's kind of okay. Enough of what could have been, though. Let's build an encounter with these items. It is dusk, and the party is passing by a set of ruined walls in the woods behind a house of a wealthy family. As they get closer, they can see that much of the damage is fairly recent. Inside can be heard sounds of battle, and suddenly a club smashes through the nearest wall, revealing an ogre. And a floating warhammer? And they're locked in battle. The ogre was looking for a place to rest for the night, but in an effort to protect their property from grave robbers, a cleric cast a spiritual weapon spell, or whatever happens to fit your world better. Knowing what damage ogres can cause, will the party help drive him off? So, those are just a few ideas or a couple ideas of how to work with the things inside the box. Like I said, I want to try to focus a little bit more on the positive outside of the main review, just to keep things a little bit better balanced. And I like offering suggestions rather than just saying this isn't what I like. So, thank you for listening. Like, comment, subscribe, share it around, and until next time, live to roll.